Data entry can be very tedious. It's simply putting data into the fields that we've created in this table. Now, without data, obviously, we don't have a database. So it's extremely important, even though it can be very mind-numbing. What we're going to do here is create some records. Every time we enter information into a row in this particular view called the datasheet view, we're creating a record. Now you can see right now that the album ID is the currently selected column or field. I'm going to ensure that I'm clicking on the datasheet tab up here. I want everyone to see the datasheet options on the ribbon. And we know that the album ID is automatically going to be numbered for us because the data type up here shows up as auto number. So all I need to do is just tab across like I would a table in Microsoft Word or the cells in an Excel spreadsheet and enter my data. So I'm going to tab over to the album title. Now this is currently a new record until I type my first character here. Watch what happens. I'm going to type in Boston. As soon as I do, this album ID number shows up, number 1, and the new record now is bumped down below. I'm going to hit my tab key to move over to artist. This is a self-titled album, so Boston is also the artist. It's one of my faves. I'm not going to give it a 5-star rating, but I'm going to put a 4 in there. This is on vinyl, and the condition is good. It could be better, but it's good. It's located on rack 2. So I've got a few racks, and this is on rack number 2. The media, as I mentioned, is vinyl, so I'm going to type that in. And when I hit tab, look what happens. It moves down to the next record, the next row, waiting to automatically number my next record. So all I do is hit tab to move on to the next one. So this one's called Rock Classics. Same thing happens. A new record is pushed down below, and this becomes record number 2. The artist on this one is Various. This rating is going to be a 3. The condition is excellent. Why? Because it's on CD, and that's on rack 1. And I'm going to hit tab, and look what happens. Each time I hit tab, I'm creating new records. Let's just do another one. This one's called Live with an exclamation mark. Live. Now you can see that this is taking up more space than I have in this column. We're going to talk about formatting your fields a little bit later on. This one's by Bryan Adams. I love this one. I'm going to put it in as a 5. Unfortunately, the condition is poor because it's on a tape, which is on rack number 3. And I'm done. So I've entered my first 3 records. Now, as I enter those records and as I tab from field to field, they're actually being saved in the table. Yes, I can go up and save at any time, but just so you know, records are being saved on the fly. Let's add one more, just for fun, so we have something to edit a little bit later on. Tuesday Night Music Club. This one's by Sheryl Crow. The rating, I'm going to put it at a 4. Excellent condition. This is a CD. I'm going to put it on rack 3 and type CD. Excellent. I hit tab to lock in that new record. Alright, so what happens if we need to go back and make a change? I just noticed I put that on the wrong rack. All my CDs are on rack number 1. So I'm going to come up in here and I can just with my mouse click inside any of these fields and edit. So I'm going to take that 3 out and put in a 1. As I hit tab and tab, you can see I'm moving through the various fields in the various records. Let's add another one. I'm going to type in Boston. I'm going to put in a rating of 4. Good. You can see what's happening here. I don't realize, but I've already got this one in here. So when I hit tab and create this new record, I realize, hey, wait a second, I've got a record in here that I don't want. So the common mistake that people will make is they'll come in here and perhaps click on the left-hand side here to highlight the entire row, and then they'll come up here and try to hit delete. When really, if you look at the name of this group, it's fields and columns, we would use this delete command here for deleting fields, the actual column, not the actual records. So look what happens when we hit our delete key on the keyboard. You are about to delete one record. If you click yes, you won't be able to undo this delete operation. So you have to be sure that you meant to hit delete to delete a record. I'm going to click yes, and it returns me back to just 4 album IDs now. So editing, deleting, and of course entering records, all very important. Data entry is vital to any database because, as you know, without the data, there is no database.